round of the European Racing Classic started at Hampton Downs on the 25th of September. ERC is split into two classes, fast and not so fast. I was in the not so fast group. I was cautiously optimistic that our work on the BMW's cooling system would mean that I should have a trouble-free day. However, because it's a BMW, you should always expect it to be unreliable. My qualifying session went okay. I hadn't been on the track in a couple of months, and with no practice day prior, I was a bit rusty. Thanks to my season in Superlap, I had learned how to turn on a quickish lap in a short window. My qualifying time had me starting 5th on the grid. Race starts have always been a weak point for me, but I had my eye on the Porsches in front, convinced I could get them off the line, blissfully unaware of how quick they actually were. As it turns out, they've since been bumped up to the fast group, so you could say I had an entirely false sense of what I could achieve in this race. The fast group cars were staggered to start behind my group. Overall, this race was mostly uneventful, with the cars in front of me being faster and those behind being slower. Unfortunately, we ended under safety car with 2 incidences of cars exiting the track. A rather boring way to end, but I was happy to complete my first race with no issues. I finished in 4th place. Race 2 was a roll-up start with handicap based on time. Beside me I had Winston Jacob in the green Jaguar XJS. My initial race start didn't quite go to plan. I'm not well practiced at roll-ups, and the Jag was able to get a better start to take the lead, much to my frustration. There was a small silver lining for me, even if not for the driver who caused it. A red flag meant the race was restarted. In my mind, there was no way I was going to let this Jag beat me off the line again. It had the pace over the BMW on the straights, but the BMW was nimbler through corners and under brakes. My only chance was to get in front and try like heck to stay there. Given a head start. First was Chris Brown in Little Alpha, who I passed up the straight before catching the trio of Mark Boskill, Francois Conget and Chris Hunkin. As the race continued, we caught more of the slower cars, passing Dave and Francois into turn 1 with a 2-for-1 deal. Chris Hunkin continued to be elusive, but I was determined. I could not afford any mistakes if I wanted to get past. So naturally, I tipped the car into the worst possible line through the Porsche dipper, once again allowing the speedy Alpha to scamper away. We had formed a little battle pack with Robert Hunkin joining the mix. Neither drivers were going to just let me by, and rightly so. A drift pass through turn 4 took care of Robert and allowed me to focus on the next job ahead. The key would be to get a good line through the dipper and get a good run on the straight. That didn't happen. Instead, I was able to get a decent run out of the sweeper to take the lead into turn 1 and secure another 2-for-1 deal. race progressed, the faster cars caught me up, including Racing Ray, who made light work of the slower cars. Onto the tail of Wendy Metcalf and her little Alpha, making the pass through turn 2 and 3. I crossed the finish line in 6th position, happy to finish with no car problems. A sizable feat for someone who drives a BMW. Race 3 was another roll-up handicap, and I was lining up next to the Jag again. The battle was on. BMW hooked up nicely off the line, keeping me ahead of the Jag. One bonus of the sprint races is lots of race start practice, which saw me improve in confidence throughout the day. The handicap seemed to have given the lead cars quite the getaway, but soon enough I caught up to the first car, Chris Brown, and took the lead through the inside of turn 2, albeit with a bit of sideways action. Eyes forward to the next car, the Alphas of Robert and Chris Hunkin. Good run up the front straight saw victory over Robert into turn 1. He valiantly stayed with me into turn 2, which is where I could make the pass stick. 1 Alpha down, 1 to go. The next would prove to be a bit more tricky, but after a few attempts I made the pass work and got clear of the Alpha of Chris. Next in my sights was Ross McDonald, making the pass up the inside of turn 4, shortly afterwards joined by the charging Craig Hauser, a fast group car making his way through the field. It was a pretty quiet race overall, with Pats deserved for the BMW, that completed with no problems. I finished the final race of the day